Welcome back to Disco Elysium, welcome back to Rubbershaw, welcome back to Matinees, and welcome back to the cargo port where we have just visited Everard Clare and told him about the signatures we got from the fishing village. But wait, there's more, there's always more. We're wearing the greaves, the gloves, and the cuirass from the dead man. So the dead man who we are here to investigate, well, we're kind of also investigating Harry and the world around us, and it's super interesting. In fact, we also have an interesting thing here.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Rhetoric. Impossible. 17%. Erratic yet thorough. Been in the world for 2 days, been in the world for this many days, so we got +3 on that. We are wearing found stuff, which I think gives us rhetoric, but we don't have much rhetoric stuff to wear, so we can't play dress up Barbie. We're just going to have to roll it, but it is a white check.
Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
Ooh. So our rhetoric is 5. The dice was 6 + 4, which gives us 10. And the modifier was +3. And we needed 18 to open it. Oh, it tells us what we needed. Hello? Is anybody in there?
The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face.
Try again.
If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
Ahoy! Come on in!
Oh, neat. And we also get a new skill point. Okay.
You can't be serious.
Wait a second. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Is that 23 billion real? Oh, yeah. As soon as we leave the container, our real goes back down to 7. Oh, there's someone here. There's a shadow. Oh, and the lens. That's an actual lens effect as we zoom in and zoom out. Neat. Wait, what's that now? 1, 2, 3, so 31.3 billion real as we stand this close to whoever this is?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Squint.
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Hello there.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
What you can see of his body appears composed in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Harriet Dubois.
Pleasure to meet you, Harriet Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well.
Can I have some money? We should leave. What are you doing in this container? How did you become so rich? How did you become so rich?
Oh lord, not this again.
Ignore him.
We have a murder to solve, and yet you go around bothering everyone about money, arguing that you think it's somehow related to the case.
Kim, I'm doing this for us. If we get some more money, we can get a board game and we can play Whirl together. It'll be fun.
And yet it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
Kim, we can play with goblins and dice. It'll be fun.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Graz. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
You're right. Capital accumulation is its own reward. Don't you think that you should use your great wealth, the glory of your fatherland? So, ultra liberal fascist, I think? You're a thief. People out there are working their asses off while you chillin' here. Communist, I think. It's great that you've done so well for yourself. Don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Ooh, moralist? Cool. I don't even have any interesting replies. You're right. Capital accumulation is its own reward.
Precisely, Mr. Dubois. You know, I hear people talk sometimes about economic equality and fairness, but tell me, where would we be without liberalism? In caves, whacking each other with bones.
Oh, that would suck.
A nightmare scenario, a world of slavery and violence. Which brings us back to the essential truth of modernism. Where we are right now, the freedom of mankind can only be derived from the free flow of capital.
Man, being a high net worth individual sounds great.
It is truly. It's almost entirely carefree. It really leaves you time to better yourself spiritually.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
There's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different.
Are you talking about my chin?
No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
Our what?
It's some statistical thing. In essence, it says that when an extremely low net worth individual meets an extremely high net worth individual, some of the laws of physics cease to apply.
Are you telling me that you are so rich the light literally bends around your face?
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
Really?
No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
A man this chill is at least a triple-digit billionaire.
Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
So we're seeing the light bend around because Harry has no money and Kim isn't seeing this because Kim's on a fairly high salary? I'm gonna guess that's what that is. So Kim's just seeing the dude because he's closer in net worth to the dude, and we're just seeing messed up physics. Or this is just Harry. What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
We're in Martinez, a district of Rubbershall, the former capital of the world. We're in Martinez. There's a pretty good hostel here called the Warning and Rags. We're in Martinez. There's a cool church here. We're in Martinez. There's a creepy abandoned commercial area here. I don't really know. We're in Martinez, a district of Rubbershall, the former capital of the world.
Ah, Rubbershall. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stella Maris. I wonder if it's still there. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container? Or wait, why don't you help them? You've got so much money it can't make a difference to you.
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container?
Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. The luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, bail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle?
What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
The bending light appears to wink. You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money?
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals don't have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think they only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
Gets me almost nothing.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water.
Okay. We got a couple of 3% based on conceptualization. Red track cannot be retried. Present an investment plan that should fail. All we can do is roll it. There is... And we'd have to get boxcars. Present a sound investment plan? An investment plan that should fail. Let's try it.
Congratulations. You've somehow managed to fail at failing, which means, in a strange way, that you've succeeded.
You should invest in a youth center.
A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center?
A place to teach them practical skills, like teamwork and self-discipline. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear.
One to inspire future leaders of tomorrow to public service. One dedicated to installing liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. You know, a regular youth center with basketball courts and stuff to teach teamwork and other emotional skills. One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families.
Brilliant! Without children, who'll be there to buy stuff in the future?
Yes, and if it doesn't work out, we can always repurpose the center as a shopping mall or private equity firm. Holy shit, that's every 80s kids movie.
When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this?
Highly educated, work-ready human capital, ready to be directed towards any number of your vast interests.
You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good work.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities.
Thank you.
I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Here's the round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground.
Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me.
Remember, it's not a handout. It's an investment, and I expect to see returns.
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again. Is he having a stroke?
Kim, are you having a stroke?
No, I'm not having a stroke. You're just still full of surprises. Most of them bad, but some good.
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with?
We should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time.
The pleasure was mine. Unfortunately, I must be away soon. The next time we meet, I'll be expecting an update on my investment. Farewell, friend, and may your peace of mind guide you to happiness.
Okay. We got 112 buckos. And a skill point. 2 skill points. Which we could have put one in conceptualization. We failed at failing on the red check. I wonder what happens if you present a good plan, whether you get more money. I have literally no idea. I'm going to put a point in endurance because this has been bothering me. We only have 3 hit points, well, 3 health points. So I'm going to do that and then hold the second point. So let's close that. So now we have 4 health and 4 morale. Wow. All right. Hey Kim, guess what? I think we could buy stuff now. It's a bad investment. I mean, we were presenting investment that would fail. And, well, we're kind of the king of that. We can double click. So yeah, we've been to Everard. We've actually only just finished that quest for the youth center. Interesting. This is a payphone here. What else is here? There's this payphone thing, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's just peace out. So it's 10:40 on day 4. We've talked to Klassia. The body is now in the morgue. We've talked to Titus. Actually, what do we need to do? Confront the pigs and get your gun back. Oh right, yeah, that's at 10 o'clock. So we need to go to the old fish market at 10 o'clock in the evening. I wonder if we can take Kim with us. That might be a good idea. Get the whole story from Titus. Confront Klassia with the Hardy story. Okay, take on La Responsabilité. Form a committee of moralists to assign responsibility. Kim might know where to start? So we got Superstar Cop is 12. Apocalypse 0, sorry for boring 2. Communist Fascists are still frozen at 5. Ultra Liberal, though, is now 16. Nice. Good Cop, Bad Cop is now 13. Honor is 2, and everything else is the same. Interesting. Get a seal to talk about her associates. Oh, we got the nightclub stuff as well, which might be a good idea. Like, ultimately, we need to solve the mystery of the Hanged Man. However, we're also finding out about who Harry is, and we're discovering things about the world. So doing these side missions is actually helping us learn. Towards the smoke on the balcony. Oh, we're actually quite near there as well. I think we need to do the nightclub stuff, which will put us in the region of the pigs. Yeah, okay. We need to do that. Fine. So let's peace out. And this game uses tab. So yeah, we've been playing a bit of Baldur's Gate 3, and that uses Alt instead of tab. We can buy Wirral. Because I want to play a game with Kim. I know you can get, like, spend more time with Kim and get him to like you a bit more, which is something I want to do. I really want that to happen. Because I think Kim's a good person. Let us... So what do we got around here? We've got the apartments. Ooh. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Oh, there's a thing here. Ooh, flip up glasses. The auditor, +1 logic, -1 authority. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers and old slippers.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Oh. Looks like we found where Kuno's dad lives.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
-10. Chain cutters not in hand, not lightly.
No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1 shaped shadow and a marker drawn 2. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal.
Okay. We can do that. Oh, we can get rid of the saber for the time being.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Alright. So 97%. I guess we would... Snake Eyes would lose.
Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
Okay. Oh. $1.10. Kuno de Reuter is the name of unfinished homework. It's from 2 years ago.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Lieutenant, I've located psychoactive substances on this table.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the other room.
Take the speed from the table.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world.
So... items? Okay, we got the clothes, which okay. It's not going to be under tools. Definitely going to be under items. Oh, interesting. So we don't have it in our inventory. Interesting. Alright. Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture. Lovely. The air stinks with something sour. Oh, regular black jeans plus 1 composure. I'm having that away.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest.
Hold up, Lieutenant. Look at that pile of clothes. The lieutenant has covered his nose. Slowly reach out your hand.
Something underneath there is breathing. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Keep extending your hand towards the pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it. It's deep in suffering somehow.
Pull the blanket off.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Is this Kuno's father we're seeing?
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes.
Doesn't look like he's gonna fuck anyone up anytime soon.
No, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Hold on. What happened to his eyes?
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Not a pretty sight.
This is serious damage. I'm still not sure he's not dead. Suddenly the man starts growling. 3 words manage to escape his mouth, along with the strong stench of alcohol.
Look, he's trying to communicate.
Oh, we have a high perception. figure out what he's trying to say.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs. Are you going to let a semi-conscious degenerate disrespect you?
You're awake? He's awake. What did you just say? And die. You're awake. He's awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
At least he got to say his piece.
Maybe we should help him somehow.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Nod.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The lieutenant stops, listening to him.
Years, months, weeks. The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Kim, is this thing even alive?
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. The limb seems to be twitching from time to time.
And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are poking out of a hole. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
I just leave him to it. I don't think we can help Kuno's dad. Let's close the door. Alright, we need to talk to the guy on the balcony, don't we? Oh, or we could just go around looking for stuff. There's a... Oh, right. It's a shared bathroom. Ah, magnesium and Commodore Red. Well, moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Ah, 42 cents. It's always good to close the doors behind you. Anything here? Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
Examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Refrain from commenting.
The lieutenant is concentrated on the hallway, scanning both ways for any approaches.
Well, we can take out the padlock.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Kim seems pretty chill with us just breaking and entering. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Alright.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their room?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works.
I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do.
He leans closer to inspect the economics book on the table.
There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Ah, a 9mm bullet. I'll take it. Saramizian lounge jacket, +1 conceptualization. We got a 9mm bullet. Oh, wait.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
It's my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
The Jamrock Shuffle. -1 esprit de corps, confusing behavior, research time 1 hour 15 minutes. So temporary research bonus is. Oh, we got the date of birth generator. We got one more slot. Oh, we have to unlock it though. Alright. So we can internalize. By now it's clear that you like to look inside containers, you like to open doors and see what's behind them, maybe secrets, maybe more juicy containers. Let's be honest, you like all containers, trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, coat pockets, secret containers left behind by the Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet, but one day, wait. Is that why you're so hell-bent on opening containers? Do you think you'll find the Holy Scepter and Orb de Montagne? So, 4 hours 44 for the date of birth generator, and Jamrock Shuffle is going to take 1 hour 5, so that's not so bad. There's nothing else. Let's close the door. Postcard, Boogie Street 46.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Let's leave that. Door 9 is locked. Apartment 6, their mailbox is overflowing. The graffito says, a firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on a broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. What do you mean? I wasn't joking.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes a broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
She points east.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about these apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on a vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
Who lives in apartment 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I heard someone walking inside.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I'll go see what I can find.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar.
Suddenly the old lady's face is beaming.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the star and antlers? I think that's a symbol for communism.
The symbol of what now?
A symbol for contributing to the demise of our noble state in the name of some made-up world of equality.
I don't believe in equality. Never seen it work.
She shakes her head and returns to sweeping. Tell me about the man who lives at the end of the hallway, Una de Reuter.
I don't want to talk about De Weeters.
The cleaning lady mutters. She starts digging for something in her pockets. Why not?
Addicts. All of them. And sometimes I hear them screaming.
She winces.
They don't like me cleaning behind their door. Think I'm listening in on their fights.
We saw unpaid utility bills. Aren't they going to be evicted?
No one likes them in this building. It's only because of the kids they haven't been thrown out. I don't like talking about those people.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all. Thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Takes some off. Alright. So, we've got a door. Yeah. We're back. I usually have to stop the video halfway through just so Premiere doesn't have like a monster file. A monster 2-hour file to encode because it doesn't like that. But this time was a little different. This time I had to stop for an Amazon delivery, do 2 loads of washing, get a cup of tea, unsleeve some magic cards, and I'm just like, now let's open the door.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Knock, knock.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Sounded like a woman's shoes.
Knock again.
A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Poor communard. That's interesting. This time the steps come closer. Who is it? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. I think the voice line and the text line don't match up. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again. As the other side walks right up to the door, her tone is now getting defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official. You have plenty of reason to enter.
Are you cooking morphine in there? Then open the door so I can verify your identity. I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
The lieutenant says, nodding towards the unlocked door. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. Could it be the phasmid? No, probably not.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
She jingles a set of keys in her hand.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20 at least. Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. Inspect the passport.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Everything seems to be in order.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing in here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
She stops, hesitating.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
I glimpsed a foreclosed apartment down the hallway.
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
She snaps her fingers.
The sum must have been puny.
It couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
So, wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over the chest. That's all, thank you.
Of course.
Let's have a look. Ooh, shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Wait. Whoa. Wait, what? Wait, we've got that. Indirect modes of taxation. -1 empathy. Ultra-liberal dialogue gives you +1 real. Does that mean we get +2 real if we do ultra-liberal dialogue? That's a question, isn't it? But we get +2 authority, so we could get an extra months. I think we're clipping through. I think Kim's clipping through us in this little thing here. Weird. So yeah, interesting. So we could get more money. We've already got $100. Okay. Anything else in here? Ooh. Oh. Hypnogamma, +3 morale. Take it. Goodbye, space lady. So I'll close that. You can stay inside.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any countercultural people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Lacks women in sexual deviance? No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow. Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place and the economy.
Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
I should have put the shoes on.
She means clairvoyance.
Thanks. I'm off. Okay, there's a hole in the wall. Okay, we can't get through any of these. Right, okay, fine. A note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Huh. We have a book, 16 Days of Coldest April. The sea below looks cold and winter grey. Oh, we moved to right on the sea here, because this apartment butts out against the ocean. Interesting. Can we even get here? Someone has torn down the wall. Ah, look at this. An old grocery list on the table. And checks. There's a Fed. And 20 cents. So we got a bunch of healing stuff. 9+. So we have 11 charges and 6 charges of health. Okay, that's nice. Can we... Oh, there's a door down there. Oh, that's the way out. Was there anything up here? I think we found everything up here. We're looking for Martinez, but I do not think... Oh. Oh. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Ah. Pour le homme labourer jeans. For the man? For men? Yeah, for men labourer jeans. Alright. $4.50. $4.50 dues. Someone's stashing a bunch of stuff in the incinerator and the boiler. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, we do have a bag on us. Okay, cool. Haven't found Martinez. Also, what is that? The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is the bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Coal was used in ancient Egypt, but I think that's KOHL, and that's the dark makeup around the eyes. Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
She replies wistfully, looking around. It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Cool. I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Piss and fuck the world, send the best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
Oh, they're the guys we got the jackets from. They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just skull solidarity. I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk to them. Oh, maybe it's just, I think they're afraid of you.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are silly? What are you even trying to achieve? Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay then, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous, you bring the sirens.
Okay. Catch you later, Cindy. So we need to confront the pigs. Oh, split a kilo, we can report back to Kuno. Smoke on the balcony. Locate door 28 in the apartment building. Oh, we need to locate door 28. Okay, fine. Okay. I love the music in this. It's British Sea Power, or just Sea Power. Door 28. What's that?
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Inspect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
You see noble aims, but also mountains upon mountains of corpses. They should have taken a more measured approach. Also, you're really smart. The price of idealism, unrestrained by humanism. Never again.
Oh, that's rhetoric talking. Right. Oh, balcony, balcony, balcony. So the exit and balcony. Something of a maze. 15 cents. Don't mind if I do. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. I mean, sure. Ooh. Oh, because we have the wire cutters in our hand. Or the chain cutter. 75 cents. Nice. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now. Oh, can we click on the door? No. So it won't open. Oh, I wonder if that is like another area and at some point we could investigate it. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tonight at 2100.
Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
So, we've got to meet the pigs, and we're going to meet this guy at 9 o'clock. Visit apartment sometime after 9 o'clock. Okay, fine. We can, So I wonder... it doesn't actually matter which way we go out. We can go this way. It's fine. So there's a hole in the wall. Let's leave this way. We could see if Joyce is still around. No, Joyce is still around. Right. I don't know if we'll get anything more from her. 2100. Oh. Can we do anything with this?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Can we roll this? Conceptualization very low. +2. Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. We'd have to put points in that. Okay. I think if you were going down art cop tree, you could do that. We, however, have a date with a board game. Because I think we should do that. Okay. Can we get the girl in from the cold?
Hello again, sir.
You can stop calling me... No, we can't really do anything. See you around, Annette. Look at these. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on the cover. Are we... So, we got a thing where we get XP from orbs in the world. 77 out of 100. I'm going to just read one. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by frames. Blame. 78. Oh, we're getting 1 skill point per reading. This book is about pâté. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jean Kaus from Iguana. A book about Bodero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Yes, now we're up to 83 points. So, one of our thoughts is allowing us to get XP from the world. Right. Kim, this is super important.
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
So I think Wirral is going to be like... I want to say Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm thinking it's more like Hero Quest. And I'm going to say Suzerainty is going to be more like Civilization. Let's go with... I want to buy the Wirral game.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
Ooh. Interact. Wirral. Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the item. A high pasternal fantastique populaire board game illustrated with bucolic vistas and featuring odd-looking humanoid creatures is the 3rd edition mega settings supplements module and can't be played without the main game.
Large letters on the front form a title, Wirral. The colourful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art also features odd-looking humanoids, some short, some taller, some with pointy ears, others with ephemeral wings.
Examine the box.
Text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel adds, a sword and sorcery adventure board game with new maps and miniatures.
Shake the box.
Mysterious things rattle inside. What could they be? Dice? Plastic miniatures? A fantastical alternate world full of magic and wonder? None of that witless man from Heimdall, fascist dross, hidden behind faux realistic allegory. Wirral is no cliché-ridden apologia for colonial violence. Wirral is pure imagination. Yes, the Wirral setting is known for its complicated system of political alignments. But if you're not into that, you can just hack your way through dungeons in search of loot. That's what most people do.
Look at the back.
A blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind Isolas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threatening Wirral. Can your band of adventurers save the world?
Yes, we're ready to take on this challenge.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment of maps, unfold the illustrated game board, and start rolling dice. In no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with danger and despair, conjuring up forceful magics to aid your quest.
Open the box.
You pry open the box. Inside you find a folded up map, a small booklet, a 24-sided die, and a little plastic figurine.
Look at the map.
A reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns with odd names, in addition to meadows, forests, hills, lakes and seas, also with odd names. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful map.
Look at the booklet.
A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance: the Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies.
Read about the Welkin.
The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known for being powerful magic users, but can also hold their own in a brawn-driven fight. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting subraces: High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do.
Read about the Dweeger? Hang on a sec.
A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art of combat, where they prefer to use axes and hammers. The Tweog also come in a few different subraces: Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog, and Dark Tweog.
Read about the humans.
They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats, and jacks of all trades.
Read about the fairy folk.
A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies.
Read about the pygmies.
The least popular of the Wirral races, the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes. There are no sub-races for the pygmies.
Look at the die.
It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs.
Take the die.
You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side.
Look at the figurine.
You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Interesting. A communard.
That doesn't sound very Wirral-like.
It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process.
Does this mean we can't play?
I have a feeling the figurines are more there to set the scene than anything else.
Take the figurine.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it.
Close the box.
A colorful box with the title Wirral in bold letters. It's a board game.
Put the box away. So we got a bunch of items. We have a polyhedral dice and a revolutionary figure. Okay, neat. Alright.
The Jamrock Shuffle. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Oh, we find better loot in locked containers. Okay. I don't know how many locked containers are left in the world, but sure. Can we play?
Yes?
Kim, we need to talk about responsibility. No, I don't want to ask Kim about that. How do we play? Can we play Whirl with him? Okay, let's get Suzerainty.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Whirl-related merchandise.
I want to buy the Suzerainty game.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Right. Can we interact with that? Because it looks like Whirl isn't a full game, but we've got some items from it. Board game Suzerainty. Use the interact button in the inventory to inspect the item. A civilization building board game where you get to choose a nation and set off to colonize and exploit other cultures. A star-shaped note in the box proclaims the game now includes completely new genocide option.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work.
Shake the box.
The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. What treasures wait in store for you? Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions.
Remove the plastic wrap.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
Open the box.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Read the rulebook.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Finally, a proper game to teach children about the importance of trade in the global economy.
The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. You begin to suspect there may be a political agenda to this so-called family game. Only one way to find out.
Keep reading.
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
How do you accumulate victory points?
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vessels where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
Read the advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly.
How is the winner determined?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Examine the components.
You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play.
Punch out the cardboard pieces one by one.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying tsk as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
Oh, Kim, I knew it. You're totally into this. Check out the wooden tokens.
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources. From the Empire of Safre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens. From the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supra Muindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, those are nice.
The lieutenant picks up a sugar token and admires it. Put the components away.
You hold the open game box before you.
Hey Kim, wanna play?
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours.
Sure.
I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
What is detective work if not an elaborate game? You need logical inference, attention to detail, the ability to analyze your opponent's motives.
Come on, it might help us think of more creative solutions to the case.
I do feel like my thinking has become somewhat rigid. Maybe a little diversion to keep the mind limber is just what's in order.
See? He's doing the hard work himself. All he needed was a little nudge.
Alright, you've convinced me. How do we play?
I read the rules already. I'll show you.
You explain the basic setup procedures to the lieutenant, who seems to be a quick study. You each take your bag of tokens and counters and unfold the board between you. In the center is the crown of Revachol. Radiating outward are her colorful vessels, each one supplying some raw material desired by the suzerain. Apricots from Safre, archaeological treasures from Ilmarat, sugars from the Seminine Islands, and magenta cocaine from Supra Muindi and Sarah Maritza. There's also a neat little log to keep track of your progress in case you need to put the game away and return to it later. The lieutenant goes first. He draws a contract card and moves several of his workers to the Safre territory of the board, and the others to the Seminine Islands.
Alright, detective, your turn.
You have a few options available to you. Will you try to fulfill contracts right away, or rearrange your workers to maximize production on future turns? Remember what the rulebook said. You'll want to choose a strategy early on and stay committed to it.
Try to fulfill a contract.
You draw a contract card offering a number of coins in exchange for archaeological treasures. You place all your workers on the Ilmarat territory. On your next turn, you produce 6 units of archaeological treasure and fulfill the contract for a handful of coins.
Not bad, detective.
But not good enough, the lieutenant seems to be saying. As he completes his own contract card, the lieutenant is rewarded with 4 coins and a round wooden token that he places in the center of the board.
That's a market. It's worth 2 victory points.
Hey Kim, why don't I get one of those? Glower silently. Kim, can I do my first turnover? I think I messed up. No, I think Kim winning this might be a good idea. Hey, why don't I get one of those?
Don't worry, it was mostly just luck. You'll earn some points soon enough.
What is that patronizing tone? You're one of the suzerain's trusted administrators. You may need to put the lieutenant in his place.
I'm not even sure what points are. That's part of the problem.
Points are nothing. They don't exist. They're just an arbitrary convention that games use to reward or punish players for certain behaviors.
That makes sense.
Now, I believe it's your turn.
Glancing over the board, you see several possible strategies. Pressing more workers into service would increase your economic output and help you to survive a possible conflict with the lieutenant. Or you could ignore your labor supply and focus on fulfilling contracts for points and resources. Those aren't your only options. You could also show your workers how much you appreciate them by investing some of that wealth in them. After all, they're the ones producing wealth for the suzerain. Well, sure, you can do that. It's just not a terribly effective strategy, but then it's up to you.
Invest in your existing workers.
To the lieutenant's puzzlement, you spend several turns building various improvements to your territorial infrastructure. Soon, your workers have access to clean water, paved roads, and basic hobbies. In return, they produce 1 extra resource per turn.
Gaze on your workers like a benevolent parent.
Too bad investing in your workers just isn't worth many points.
What do you mean?
Take a look at the scoring tables in the back.
The lieutenant turns to one of those appendices you skipped over earlier.
You see in Table 8C that investing in territorial infrastructure multiplies your final victory point total by 1, which is to say not at all. Whereas erecting monuments in Revachol gives you a multiplier of 5.
So you're saying the values of the ruling class are completely divorced from the well-being of the people who generate the wealth? So you're saying I should treat my workers like disposable labor instead?
Yes, precisely.
Nonsense. Remember what the lieutenant said. If points are arbitrary, who cares about winning? You should reject their system and just play how you want. Now it's the lieutenant's turn to respond. He moves aggressively onto the Safre territory. Soon, his workers are producing a steady supply of extremely valuable apricots. For several turns, you struggle to respond to the lieutenant's burgeoning apricot empire. Eventually, you relocate the majority of your workers to Supremawindi and Saramaritsa, where they begin producing a bumper crop of cocaine tokens. You draw a new contract card. According to the text, there's an aristocrat willing to trade a large supply of cocaine for a number of coins and access to a rare bonus. Amplified music worth 7 victory points. You've reached a critical strategic juncture. How do you respond to the lieutenant's aggression?
Attack the lieutenant, steal his resources, give back to the workers. Rock and roll, baby. Go for the contract. Yeah, rock and roll, baby.
It takes several turns, but you slowly begin accumulating the cocaine necessary to complete the contract. When you do, it practically rains cardboard coins on your side.
Stack the coins in neat little piles to annoy the lieutenant.
Despite your conspicuous display of wealth, the lieutenant still has a formidable store of coins and resources. The end game is upon you. How will you spend the vast resources you've acquired for the glory of the suzerain? Flipping through the manual, you find the most expensive structure in the game, the Revacholian Victory Column, worth 12 victory points. If you can successfully build it, victory will be all but assured. Alternatively, you could try launching a trade war to crush the lieutenant's economy, or you could blow all that money on a public education system for your worker tokens. The choice is yours.
The mighty Revachol, go for the victory column, which is probably just win. It's on Kim, launch a trade war. Let's build a public education system for your workers.
There's a reason very few players ever attempt to build a public education system for their worker tokens. It's extremely expensive and never pays off by design. Your boondoggle nearly bankrupts the suzerain's treasury, and you suffer a significant penalty to your final score.
Ouch.
The lieutenant says, cringing at your spectacular failure. You told me the points are arbitrary. I decided to play the game how I wanted instead. Maybe I should have pursued a different strategy.
That might have been a good idea, yes. Now, let's tally up the scores, shall we?
Computing the final scores is almost a game unto itself. You each spend an inordinate amount of time making stacks of coins, consulting tables, and struggling with basic addition and multiplication. After double, then triple checking your maths, you have your final score. -5 victory points. You'll be lucky if the suzerain doesn't have your whole family executed for such a pitiful performance.
I've got 20 points.
He says, slightly embarrassed at the point differential.
Well, there's always next time. Figuratively, I mean. There's no way we have time to play this game again. Now, let's clean up and get back to work.
You hold the open game box before you.
Put the game away. Neat. So we played a game with Kim Kitsuragi. Cool. So we got some books, which is pretty sweet. We got the dice. I suppose we could have got a dice from upstairs. I don't know what the dice does. And revolutionary figure. I do know that when the game got its final update, they added some storylines. And I think one of the storylines was the communist storyline, so that might tie into that. I got a slurpy bottle of speed. Oh, that's where it went. Don't really need that, or the alcohol, or the Commodore Red. Okay, fine. So what do we got here? Confront the pigs and get your gun back. Tell the whole story. Get the whole story from Titus. Smoke on the balcony. Okay, that's a timed thing. Find the murder weapon. Find all the armor pieces. We got 3 out of 4. Split a kilo with Kuno. We could do that. Lieutenant's not going to be happy with us. But, oh yeah, fascist has just gone up by 1. Ultra-liberal is 18, but fascist is now 6. Weird. Oh, dead body on the bulwark. Call Jamrock Public Library. Oh, we need to do that. We need to do that. We need to do that. Okay. Farewell. So, let's do that. Yes.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Mejean, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, the home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information on Billy Majon?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police. She starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie!
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
The librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
So Billy Majon is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Thank you. That's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
We do, but we close the door. Okay, so Billy Majon lives in the Cape Side Apartments. Interesting. So we're going to need to go back into the apartments. That's going to be up... Oh yeah, definitely, that's going to be up one of these ones. Okay, that'll be on the balcony then. Yeah, that door that we looked at earlier that didn't open, you can't interact with that, but it had an outline around it. We can now interact with it. So I guess that's exactly where we need to be. I'll zoom in. But I'm going to leave it here for now. So I'm going to say, if you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe. I mean, if you've got this far, it makes sense, right? If you do subscribe, you can get notifications if you dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.